Alright, so I'm gonna do a different video today. I was gonna do the arms sitting down, but let's go over something even more important. Freaking recovery and prevent injuries, right? So I don't know if you can see it, but like right here, when we was younger, like see the collarbone come up here, and then in here it goes like in. You know what I'm saying? You can see it more like, I don't know, it's hard to see. But anyways, when we was younger, we was playing football in Orange Park, and I got hit, and it knocked my collarbone inwards. So I be having pain here. So some exercises give me more pain than others. But I'm gonna talk about how to get around that stuff. And then on my knee, let me see if I can bring my, let me see if the camera will come down. Nah. But let me show you on my knee though. And then on my knee from deployment, you know what I'm saying? You can see the freaking little dimple in there, you know what I'm saying? So for me, you know what I'm saying, I got these injuries, you know what I'm saying, so I gotta be real like careful when I work out. So I know you were saying your shoulder hurts and your knee hurts, so that's why I'm gonna show you a couple of things. Okay, so first let's talk about preventing the injuries from the jump. So sometimes you'll be wrapped up like a mummy in there, but you gotta realize we're getting older, we're not young like we used to be. You just do that, boom, and bounce back. So let's talk about let's first talk about the gloves, right? Gloves and wrist, right? I don't know what this is. Let's talk about gloves and wrists, right? Okay. Boy, they messing up my video. Get off my screen, y'all. Send me a text message. Right, all right, let's talk about gloves and wrists. So there's two types of gloves that I have. I have these ones right here. Right, you see this hanging or whatever, right? And then I have these ones right here, right? They don't got it hanging or whatever. These ones I like to use when I'm doing something like on the dips, because you know this thing is hard right here. You know what I'm saying? So these gloves right here got a little extra cushioning, this, that, and the third. Keep my hands from hurting when I'm on it. So that's what these ones is good for. The extra cushioning, if you're lifting the bar or whatever, that's what these are good for. These ones right here, this long piece right here, is actually a built-in wrist wrap, right? So you put it on, you know what I'm saying, keep your wrist stable. So when you're doing like them heavier lifts, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't like, you don't break your wrist, you don't hurt your wrist. So that's what these ones are right here, with the built-in wrist wraps. I use these sometimes, but not all the time, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so that's the gloves with the built-in wrist wraps. Something you'll see me a lot with in the video is just regular wrist wraps. You know what I'm saying? I use regular wrist wraps, keep my wrists stable. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care too much for this part of my hand unless I'm doing something where it's gonna hurt my hands, but wrist wraps, that'll prevent a lot of injuries. Okay. Next on my list, now keep in mind, you ain't gotta go out and spend all this money to buy all of this stuff right away. You know, buy it as you need it. Is the sleeves for the elbows. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you're gonna get real tight up in here, so if you're not stretching, your elbows are gonna start hurting, you're gonna get tendonitis in your elbows. Freaking when you're doing the dips, if you do dips wrong, you're gonna feel some pain in your elbows. Even for me when I'm doing pull-ups, that's why you'll never see me do pull-ups really, because it'd be hurting my elbows. You know, so get these right here, sleeve for your elbows. Good to have. All right. Next, we're gonna go to the back. When you're doing your back exercises, you know, you're doing a lot of bending and stuff like that. You don't want to injure your back. So get you a belt. You know what I'm saying? Get your little leather belt. You know what I'm saying? Protect your back. Also, it keeps your core tight. Some people live by it. They say it helps them with the abs because it's keeping everything tight. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing too. I would use these on, if I'm going to do bench press, like the super heavy lifts, I probably would use this because sometimes you got to arch your back to really get that lift. And on the, and pretty much any big back exercise where you're lifting heavy, this belt's going to save your life. Okay. Now we're gonna go down to the knees. Knees, I have another sleeve right here just for my knee. I have two, I don't know where my other one's at right now, but specifically for the knee that hurts. So anytime I'm doing squats, lunges, anything like that, or even some days when I'm just doing some exercise and my knees give me a little bit of problems, I feel it, that's where this comes into place. So those are your preventive things, right? Okay. Now let's talk about recovery options, right? There's a lot of other recovery things, but I don't have all of them. Like you got the scraper tool, you got freaking what else is there? But sure, I don't freaking know. I'm gonna show you the ones that I use. One thing for recovery is I stretch. Do I stretch as much as I should? I don't, but I do stretch, especially when I'm feeling real tight. I may do 1 or 2 days of stretching. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they stretch during the workout. You know what I'm saying? They finish, they start stretching this, that, and the third. So I'm gonna show you some things that I use also. So here we have the Pure Wave. You know what I'm saying? When your arms start hurting, chest start hurting, go ahead, turn that on. Go ahead, get up in the shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Relax that muscle. You know what I'm saying? Even when you go to physical therapy, they're gonna do this first to relax the muscle, and then they're gonna get into the actual physical therapy of it. So get you something like this. Don't have to necessarily be this brand. You know, they ain't paying me. Fuck them. But you know, something like this. You know what I'm saying? The infamous Tiger Balm. You know what I'm saying? I use Tiger Balm. You know what I'm saying? It helps to relax muscles. I'll use this if I start catching like muscle spasms. If my muscles so fatigued I can't freaking open the door or something like that. Then I use the Tiger Balm. Now, I'm gonna give you fair warning. Don't put this anywhere on your thighs. Because if it touches your balls, you're done, son. You're done. Tell you, I learned that, I had that experience. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it. Now this one is a little bit more advanced, right? The K-tape. So pretty much what K-tape does, I don't know if you can see it in the video. See how she isolated the shoulder? Well, I mean on the box. Got the shoulders isolated. So when I was in physical therapy for my knee, the dude isolated my knee because I was having pain doing certain exercises. So the dude isolated my knee using the K-tape, and then he showed me how to actually use the K-tape. So pretty much with K-tape, say like this muscle's hurting right here, right? The side delt, right? You would take the K-tape, starting from the top, and you will wrap it around because it stretches. You will wrap it around, and you will wrap it around to isolate that muscle to take away the pain in that area. You can do it for any muscle. If it's the top bicep hurting, you isolate it the same way, around and around, to isolate that muscle. You know what I'm saying? So those are pretty much all the things that I use for recovery and preventive maintenance, because when you're working out consistently, you're going to start getting little aches and pains, you know what I'm saying? We ain't young like we used to be. So these are things that I use to keep me going. But anyways, man, hope you got something out this one, man. Let's get it. Stop playing.